Moving on, in this video, in conversation with Professor Upendra Baxi, I would want his views. There is some sections believe that there is increased polarization along communal lines in the country. What's your brief take on that, sir?
My brief take is there has been polarization globally. We must never forget that, including United States, Christian fundamentalists and the MAGA people in the Trump time, and it is in fact now a situation of divided states again in the United States. So one has to be careful about thinking about the potential for polarization and violence is across the world. It is on the right and the extreme right. Global governance tends to be torn between liberalism and authoritarianism, and there is a continuum in my opinion. So that's one thing. You must not forget the world scene, whether it's Lebanon, whether it is US, whether it is Israel.
It's a global challenge according to you.
Global challenge of polarization forces is everywhere. There is not one society that is free of it. What's called legal authoritarianism is a cause of contributes to polarization. In our own country, we had a very sad, brutal experience of partition, and we had many partitions subsequent to the original partition, which we call communal riots, whatever you call it, communist time, organized or spontaneous, as you will.
Yes.
So, yes, it has been a situation where the Constitution of India says you should have a fundamental duty as a citizen to develop a respect for composite culture.
Yes.
But
compassion for living creatures.
Compassion for living creatures. So these are essential duties of all citizens. Develop a spirit of scientific inquiry and develop excellence in all walks of life. So little chapter added by 42nd Amendment and not touched by subsequent amendments is on fundamental duties, and all citizens are supposed to perform it. We don't even know it because there are very few cases on it. But cases are not everything, you have to know it. Lawyers are not everything, judges are not everything, but citizens are everything. We the people are everything, and we must know about it. And therefore, it's equally a job to fight divisive forces, whatever they may be. It's a duty of each and every individual citizen, as well of the state, as well of the community, but certainly of individuals concerned. Constitution does not allow people to stand bystanders. People to stand aside and say, this is not my concern. It's as much not merely not your concern, it's your duty.
The duty comes in, right. Very well brought out, sir. And my next question is that having regard to the increased pendency in the courts, do you advocate increased expansion in the number of judges?
Yes, I think it's very simple. Part of it, of course, now, the whole science of, unfortunately, it's called, no way of feminizing it, it's called manpower planning, but you say personal planning. And you apply to law, you are woefully short of people in judiciary per 10, 50 lakhs or millions of people. That's a million as a unit. How many police people you will have, how many police officers you have, or constables you will have per million, how many legislators you have per million.
So likewise it calls for increase in the number of judges from trial stage onwards.
Second thing is the recourse to technology. Now there is no reason in the world why flight risk should be evaluated by bail courts. When you have artificial intelligence available, we tell you almost unerringly what are the possibilities of flight risk. Why doesn't the court or the police do intelligent analysis by machine analysis of flight risk and put this data before the court, and the court may decide ultimately. But eventually the greater use of artificial intelligence in courtrooms is now mandatory, and I think President Chief Justice Chandrachud has started in the right direction in emphasizing e-courts and things like that. It's important to integrate whatever is compatible with judicial process, integrate technology with judicial process.
Right. And my last question to you is, would you like to indicate the written work, particularly books that you may have in mind on which you are working or which you intend taking up in future, authorship?
Oh, I'm always working, with some notable exceptions like this one.
I'm deeply obliged for the time that you gave today.
But I'm doing now work. I hope I have a four classification of the idea of justice. And quickly saying it, justice according to law is one. Justice beside the law is another.
According to law, besides the law.
Besides the law. Justice beyond the law is the third one.
Beyond the law is third.
And justice beneath the law.
Beneath the law. Wonderful.
So I'm working on the four ideas of justice, and hopefully there will come a short and accessible book very soon.
Wonderful. I'm sure that your readers would look at these books with great interest, and that brings us to the very interesting session today in talking with Professor Upendra Baxi. I would intimate to the viewers the dates when these would be available on YouTube, and thank you very much, and I wish you all the very best, sir.
Great pleasure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.